Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So today, I appeared for the examination MICAT, and hope the ones who are watching this video must have also taken this examination. And like it is the one of the least talked about examinations. And if you talk about the difficulty level, it is by far the most difficult examination, isn't it? So, like if you appeared for this test, you would have realized that okay, it is something of a different level than the other examinations, right? कोई इसके आसपास नहीं आता, like CAT, ZAT. It is altogether a very different level. Like, so talking about the aptitude part, even if you get a score of 10 out of 70, it looks fun to others, but those who appeared in this examination, so they know that okay, this is something very different. Yes, so that results are out. This year the scores are quite high in that as well. So if you appeared for this examination and found it to be interesting, welcome. So some of you must have already taken MyCat 1 also. So they knew the reality. For the ones who appeared for the first time, they were maybe some people were must be taking okay, difficult होगा, थोड़ा होगा, cat that के जैसा होगा. नहीं, it is altogether a very different level. Okay, so like if someone is interested in taking tests, not for the purpose of admission, just someone who likes attempting tests and all, I would recommend that they should take this test because it is something that gives you thrills, isn't it? So let us analyze this paper. How was the paper? What were the kind of questions asked? And as compared to my cat one, how was it? And what would be the expected cutoffs, etc. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Please do like this video. And if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel as well. Okay, so how many did you attempt in the paper? What was your attempt? How did you find the paper? So this meme is quite relatable, isn't it? I find that this meme is quite relatable for my cat because it is uh, underestimated, right? People think that okay, this is something ki must be some average examination, okay, and like since this is not taken by too many people, not many people know about it, right? How is it? So it is very difficult. So if you have been able to attempt out of 70, let us say 20 questions also with decent accuracy, okay, so 80% accuracy or so, you would have done it well. I found that reasoning part, okay, if your reasoning part is good, maybe you could have solved the questions with ease. I'll tell you some of the things which I picked. I mean, I spent a lot of time in quant. I note the questions as well, so it takes me more time than a usual aspirant. Okay, so I've written all those questions also, right? So it takes extra time for me because noting all those GK questions itself took a lot of time. And then I realized okay, I was far behind, I could have done more, but still I found reasoning was, if it clicks good, right, it was something doable. Quant was definitely another level. Quant, this time I realized that it was more difficult than one similar to I mean at par, I would say at par or even more difficult. I realized that it was time consuming for me. Okay, although I realized that I could have done some more questions later on if had I done focused only on the questions. And VA again, okay, type. Okay, so I did not read the complete RC, but I heard that the RC was doable this time. Yes, convergent, divergent was doable. There were some questions that were fine. Okay, so let us see the questions and all these things. So this was the distribution. Psychometric, I already told you that how to attempt that test, right? It's a fair test. You just have to be. And to my surprise, I believe the same questions they had asked in MyCat 1 were asked in MyCat 2 as well. So if how many of you agree the questions? एक मैंने एग्जांपल में बताया था ना साइकोमेट्रिक में आई स्पीक माय माइंड आई थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर स्पीकिंग. Did you encounter that question? I remember, I guess all the questions might be same, because I remember a lot of questions which were in MyCat one also. Like wherever I go, I observe plants and animals. Okay, and one question was like I feel like smashing things, because I remember that was in MyCat one also, and I was in doubt ki what should I answer. Okay, and another question was I have same table manners at home as well as outside. So I guess that all those 150 questions were the same which were in uh, in this, right? And yeah, so these kind of questions. So psychometric, okay, fine. If you were consistent, you were honest, you could clear. Okay, descriptive had four questions. Okay, I told you how many words did you write yesterday. I told you that you should be typing 100 plus 200. Rough estimation, it could have been gone up by 20. Like that was my take, around 500 words roughly. Did anyone write 1200 words? So they said 300, 300, 300, 300. Right? If you typed complete 300 words, I bet you would be able to solve more than two questions. Okay, so how much were you able to type? Like, it could be rough. It could have been gone up to like 500 to 600 words. I don't think anyone would have been able to type more than that, provided you are thinking simultaneously, right? It's not that you are just typing. You are thinking also, structuring your answer and then typing. So I believe that this must have been the general rate at people, or maybe these could have been gone up to 150, 150, 150. Story थोड़ा सा लंबी गई होगी. But definitely किसी का ऐसा नहीं किया होगा 300, 300. So not possible. Okay, then this section 70 questions and to be done in 80 minutes. So now let us come to this. Psychometric had last time it has the same distribution. 117 questions were those ordinal ones, from totally disagree to completely disagree. Okay, yeah, so around 100. Yes, that's what I said, that it is like general, like if a person types at an average speed, would be able to type somewhere around 500, not more than that. Definitely very less chances of going beyond that. Okay, and true false were 33, so that is the distribution they have every time. Then if we talk about the descriptive section, the word was light up, only two words given, right? So light up, I inferred, is to get excited, isn't it? That's what most of you. What did you think of the word light up? क्या meaning infer किया आपने? So it could mean another thing, right? So like light up means literally means that you shine. Okay. So in terms of like I got that you get motivation and start working, right? So that is what I inferred. Okay. Like you get if you search the meaning of this, then you get other things also. Like you can light up also means to smoke. Okay, so yeah, so I inferred that it must be getting motivated, right? Or I later realized that there is that also means light up. Okay, so I mean that is also certain thing, right? So light up, it means to get excited about something. It also means to get motivated, right? And it also means light up. It's a slang that means that if you want to smoke, right? So someone could have thought that way also. It is nothing wrong in that, right? So किसी ने तीन फॉर में लिख दिए होंगे कि उससे टेंशन दूर होता है, और भी कुछ कुछ लिख दिया होगा, दो और पॉइंट लगा के, ठीक है? अच्छा, दूसरा लोगों ने अगर किसी ने वो सोचा होगा ऐसे, आई डोंट थिंक एनीवन वुड हैव थॉट इन दैट वे, बट लाइट अप मीन्स दैट ऑल्सो, राइट? आई चेक ऑन इंटरनेट कि लाइट अप का मीनिंग एक्चुअली क्या होता है, मुझे भी नहीं पता था. आई थॉट ऑफ दैट मोटिवेशन थिंग, right? Okay, now 3 points for, 3 points against. So now people must be thinking that if light up means motivation, how can this thing, this the third question that said that lighting up inhibits organization, efficiency and productivity, three ways in which young managers can avoid this. Okay, so now people must have written, like some people might have written about moonlighting. That is perfectly fine. So it was an open ended thing, right? So how do you interpret those things? ठीक है। तो आप ऐसी स्टोरी मतलब कुछ ऐसा लिख सकते थे कि ज्यादा एक्साइट मतलब ज्यादा मोटिवेट हो जाएंगे, मूड लाइटिंग करने लग जाएंगे, right? And like some people could have written is like if people get, so I took some inspiration from those psychometric kind of questions also. There were certain questions you allow free of ideas, you allow them to get make ideas as long as they make sense. So light up can be interpreted in that way also, like if you give them autonomy, right, they might not be aligning with the organized, मतलब वो अपनी मनमानी करने लग जाएंगे. That is also a possibility, right? So that's how you needed to think in this, right? So whatever you have written, whatever your interpretation is, they check your creativity since it was an open-ended thing. Okay, no one exactly knows what did they mean by that. Okay, then there was a picture perception story. So there was one abstract design. Okay, so you could have inferred anything. Tell me that what did you infer from that design? Then there was an icon of a man pulling another person's leg. Okay, so that was like something ऐसे ऐसे कुछ बना हुआ था, ब्लैक कलर का बना था, ऐसे उसके हाथ थे और ऐसे पैर थे, दूसरे की उसने टांग पकड़ी थी, वो उससे छुड़ाने की कोशिश कर रहा था ऐसे. दैट वाज द सेकंड मैन. ओके, ऐसे करके कुछ सिंबल बना था. ठीक है. नाउ उससे लाइक whatever you could have inferred from it. Okay, so आपने कुछ न कुछ स्टोरी बनाई होगी इससे. एंड देन देयर वाज रनिंग डोंकी, तीसरी इमेज में था, और चौथी इमेज में था कि ग्राउंड, आई मीन एक पार्किंग एरिया कुछ होगा, ग्राउंड था मतलब बेसिकली वो ऐसी खाली प्लॉट जिसमें दो गाड़ियां थी, एक तो कोने में थी और एक ट्रैक्टर के साथ था. कबड्डी भी इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हो. सो यू कुड इंटरप्रेट एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ इट. ठीक है. सो लेट मी टेल यू माई स्टोरी, यू विल फाइंड इट फनी. ठीक है. सो व्हाट डिड आई सेड दैट, आई सेड कि एक आदमी है, एक किसान है, उसके पास एक डोंकी है, और एक दिन उसका डोंकी बीमार पड़ गया. सो वो क्या कहते हैं उसे, उसका इलाज, ठंड के दिन थे, ठीक है, तो वो उसे इलाज कराने लग गया. एंड एज ही वाज like he went to a veterinary doctor, and while he was returning, he saw there was a fair in which people were selling these bed sheets. Okay, so he found one interactive bed sheet. He thought that let me buy this bed sheet, my wife will create some clothing out of it for my donkey. Okay, so as he reached that stall, so what happened was there was one shoplifter who was trying to steal one of the bed sheets. And then what happened, the shop owner was able to catch that person, and then people started hitting that shoplifter badly. And seeing this, the donkey got scared and ran away. Then the man started chasing his donkey in his tractor, and please help him find his donkey. So anything you could have imagined. ठीक है. तो आप कबड्डी हो रही है, कुछ भी मतलब imagine, it was all upon your imagination. You had to connect those four images and create a story. ठीक है. सो मैंने ऐसी स्टोरी बनाई. So it's just about they test your creativity. ठीक है. So you might have found this story funny, isn't it? But ये मेरे दिमाग में आया, मुझे ठंड लग रही थी और गधा दिखा, तो मैंने सोचा हाँ हो सकता है गधा. It was just connecting the dots. Okay, so farmer boy wrestling dream. Okay, right. He sold donkey for his son's wrestling practice. Okay, fine. Okay, so painting, पेंटिंग को भी ज्वाइन कर लिया उसमें. अच्छा, रेसलिंग बना दिया आपने, ठीक है. मैंने शॉपलिफ्टर बना दिया. सो एनीथिंग यू कुड हैव thought of anything. So it is just about the test your creativity, right? So how whatever you write, there is nothing right or wrong in that, but it is mandatory to write as much as possible, at least answer all those four questions. And like out of four, even if you answer three, story especially वो कंसिडर करते हैं अगर स्टोरी थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग से लगे. Since all these are open-ended things, right? They test your creativity. After all, it's an institution known for marketing communications, so they check that how creative you are. Okay, so now let us talk about the sections. Okay, verbal ability. There was a passage on conspiracy theory. Although I did not read this passage, but heard from students that it was doable one. How did you find this? Okay, so you talked about judo and uh, bought tractor. Okay, painter. Okay, fine. How did you find this passage, conspiracy theory? I mean, I did not attempt it because I was doing other sections, but heard from a couple of people I spoke to. They said that it was doable. Compared to last MICAT one. The topic there was slightly difficult. It was okay. Did not. So Sakshi did it. She said it's doable. Okay. Then cat 2022 type, yeah, my cat one में भी आया था. So pattern was exactly the same, right? Like missing sentence, it was present in my cat one also. So same here as well. Then there were 4 5 sentence parajumpers. I found these parajumpers doable. ठीक है, वर्बल में सी आरसी पढ़ने के लिए टाइम चाहिए. Okay, now I found these parajumbles were doable. These were something in verbal ability one could have done. How did do you agree with it or not? Although there were many options, 8 options, but still, up you could like relate two of the statements and try to make that. Okay, then there were two odd one out. Okay, then four sentence fillers. Okay, sentence fillers. Basically those pair of four words. Okay, four words you had to fill in those sentences. One was involving idioms as well. There's one question on inference. I don't think people would have attempted that. One word substitution for some phrases. Then para summary base was question, phrase replacement, one phrase was underlined, you had to find the correct one. Okay, so I guess people must have done this kind of question because they might have prepared for cat and practiced para jumbles and might have done these. Some people might have tried these RCs. तो हो सकता है अगर आरसी किसी ने पढ़ा होगा तो ये ट्राई किया होगा. उसके अलावा पैराजम्बल्स आई फाउंड वाज समथिंग दैट वाज comparatively easy. I wouldn't say that it was easy at all, but compared to other things, that was something that could have been done in lesser time, right? Okay, so this was all right, one word phrase replacement were doable. Okay, I did not attempt that one. So I did not attempt much, but I went through the entire paper to see all the questions, each and every question. What was it? So I noted that what was asked topic by topic wise. Okay. Now, if we talk about QADI, there was a pie chart bowling of a bowler in Test match and ODI. If someone has interest in cricket and is good with calculations, I think that set might have been doable. I did not check the questions though. Right, it said that like two ODI and test, the number of wickets taken was given against different teams, and then some balls bowled were given. Okay, so maybe that could have been doable. Like if a person is good with data interpretation, I mean, or maybe I did not see it completely because I had no time left in the paper when I approached this, right? And maybe I could have been able to do. Okay, so people could have done it जिनने अगर देख लिया होगा पाई चार्ट आया है और क्रिकेट में इंटरेस्ट है क्योंकि वो कुछ था स्ट्राइक रेट और ये सबका उसका कॉन्सेप्ट अगर पता है किसी को क्रिकेट का, सो दे माइट हैव डन इट एंड फाउंड इट इंटरेस्टिंग आल्सो टू डू. देन अरिथमेटिक ज्योमेट्री मेंसुरेशन बहुत था. हाइट्स एंड डिस्टेंसेस से भी क्वेश्चन आए थे, टू क्वेश्चंस ऑन हाइट्स एंड डिस्टेंसेस. सो आई हैव इंक्लूडेड इन ज्योमेट्री मेंसुरेशन ऑल. ठीक है, वन वाज आई मीन आई रियलाइज्ड आई मेड अ मिस्टेक इन दोस, दैट स्क्वायर फिट वाला. Okay, then arithmetic based questions were also there. Very, very lengthy questions, right? Uh, if you if you have seen the paper, then only you can realize the difficulty level, right? If I tell to an alien uh, who just heard that okay it is difficult cannot realize that how difficult they are given the time constant and the length of the questions. Okay, and then there was one on there were a few questions on permutation combination probability. Okay, and there was one question on variance as well, statistics based question. So quite lengthy paper and all. Okay, now let us now get to this divergent and convergent thinking. There are 5 to 6 questions on word association. Again, word association is always tricky unless you know all the words. Then alphanumeric reasoning, I found that it was doable. How many of you agree? If you tried these questions, one two logics I found that okay, यार ये तो काफी easy logic था. Okay, especially एक जिसमें alphabetical order में लगा रखे थे. Okay, So then visual reasoning, there were three questions. If someone had tried, I tried one of the questions. वो हो गया था. It took some time, right? But did not attempt others. Data sufficiency based question. A passage was given some data sufficiency. Again, this blood relation was also some data sufficiency. I did not read the whole text. It was a big paragraph with two questions, both involving data sufficiency based questions. Okay. Circular arrangement, yes, there were direct questions in that. Circular arrangement, I did not attempt, I did not create the arrangement, but I was able to answer just by seeing the conditions. Right. So, for example, they had given that tea eats kiwi. So they had asked a question that which are the two people that eat kiwi. Okay, so tea is one of them. So out of eight options, there were only two options which had tea, and then they had something like a person opposite does not eat kiwi or kind of thing. Someone was there. So circular, I found that this was an easy one. It was a very easy. If someone read it, even if you did not draw the entire diagram, you could have answered using that. And if someone managed to do, could have done two questions. ठीक है नॉर्मल में भी हो सकता है might have been easy. Alpha numeric was doable. So I found that divergent convergent was the easiest section of all four. What do you say? ये इन सब में सबसे इजी था. मतलब इसमें if you avoid this question and this question, maybe you could have done this circular sum of alphanumeric reasoning. अगर आप ये भी छोड़ के आ जाते so maybe इसमें आप 5 क्वेश्चन तक टारगेट कर सकते थे टाइम लगा के 5 क्वेश्चन तक टारगेट कर सकते थे. हाँ, ब्रदर सिस्टर एडजेसेंट नहीं बैठेंगे. सो आई फाउंड दैट 2 क्वेश्चन ये कर सकते थे प्लस कुछ ये करके और विजुअल रीजनिंग में एक आध ट्राई करके. सो 5 क्वेश्चंस अराउंड पीपल कुड हैव स्कोर्ड 5 could have been scored in this section itself. 2 3 in quad 2, like this is how one could have targeted a score of 10 in this. ओके बिकॉज डाइवर्जेंट कन्वर्जेंट जो एक था जिसमें वो सीधे 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 इट वाज वेरी सिंपल दैट इट वाज रिटन इन द reverse alphabetical order, so that was the easiest one. Another one I will discuss. So those were slightly easy ones and could have been done in this. So this was the section which was something that a person who attempted strategically could have gained marks in this. Okay, now coming to general awareness. General awareness, okay, there were 6 questions on match the following. One was brand ambassadors. Okay, logos. So logos किसी के सही हुए? I got this question. I did not attempt this. I got this question correct. Taglines correct. Taglines I had uploaded that sheet and like दो तीन तो इसमें से बन गए होंगे. ठीक है. और फिल्म प्रोडक्शन हेडक्वार्टर्स आई गॉट करेक्ट बाय चांस. महेश बाबू आई थॉट कि हैदराबादी होगा. ठीक है एंड देन थोड़ा बहुत दो ऑप्शन बचे रहते उसके बाद एंड लकीली आई गॉट दैट करेक्ट. ओके देन एड एजेंसी चीफ्स आई डिड नॉट अटेम्प्ट दिस. ब्रांड एंड ओनर्स दैट आई न्यू. सो आई न्यू दीज टू क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है ये तो मैंने टैग लाइन में दिया था. ब्रांड एंड ओनर्स लाइक हैमले इज बाय रिलायंस. ओके नेल्को इज बाय टाटा. ओके एंड एच यू एल का वो जो कौन सा है आपका uh, कुछ तो था दिस कौन सी ब्रांड थी. आई मीन दैट आई न्यू थ्री ऑफ देम. सो फोर्थ ऑटोमेटिकली व्हाट्स द थिंग राइट. अच्छा टॉबलर में उनका लोगो दिया था एंड इट वाज इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट ऐसे कुछ था. इन विच ऑफ दीज स्टेटमेंट्स इज करेक्ट या इनकरेक्ट कुछ पूछा था. आई चेक्ड लेटर ऑन कि वो जो फ्रेंच वाला जो लास्ट में दिया था फ्रेंच डांसर्स दैट इज अ ट्रू फैक्ट. हाँ लेक में था एचयूएल का लेक में था. सो दिस लोगो क्वेश्चन वन ऑफ दिस वाज इट इज इन स्विस. सो मुझे पता था स्विस चॉकलेट है राइट तो मुझे नहीं सो दैट आई न्यू बट आई डिड नॉट अटेम्प्ट दिस क्वेश्चन. देन देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन I2U2. इफ यू हैव read about I2U2 you could have been able to answer this. So first one was incorrect because it said India Indonesia. It is India Israel and these two. Then UAE has promised that 2 billion for food tech park and 300 million for the other project. 300 megawatt in Gujarat. They have promised that. Okay. Brand ambassador of free hit. Okay, so I did it wrong. The answer is sky. I marked Rishabh Pant. So it was date was given 2021. So and then I thought this guy got famous in 2022. Maybe that time Rishabh Pant was famous and might have been Rishabh Pant. So I did not know that. Okay, so दैट वाज द आंसर वाज सूर्य कुमार यादव. ठीक है, अगर किसी को डायरेक्ट पता होगा तो गुड. अदरवाइज लाइक आई डिड नॉट नो. आई थॉट कि अच्छा ऋषभ पंत हो सकता है. देवर रोहित शर्मा, विराट कोहली, ऋषभ पंत एंड सूर्य कुमार यादव, राइट. सो आई थॉट कि लाइक आई रिमेम्बर दीज टू आर नॉट देयर. देन बाय जस्ट I took a guess and later on I realized it was Surya Kumar Yadav only. And sport women in sport, that was the most weird question. I just knew Harleen Deol of cricket and I did not know others. So, like you had to match which is the correct one, right? Eight people and one sport, and you had to match. Only one was correct. You had to match that, right? So that was the case. No, if you do not attempt any question, it will not lead to. See, you do not have to. Get a negative score. That's what they say, that you should, your score should not be negative overall. You should be able to get a, like you should color create overall clear overall cutoff plus no negative score. Okay, all right, so now let us see this thing. So that's what they say, that you have to qualify the psychometric test, and then if you qualify the psychometric test, then everything gets evaluated. Well, scorecard to bana denge wo, but your CAT GMAT score plus CAT ZAT GMAT plus uh, there is some minimum cutoff that is not known, right? So even if you have like maybe 70 75 might be the cutoff. No one knows that what exactly it is, because it is a combination of these two. Okay, and then you have GDPI list is prepared on composite score formula. 50% of this weight in this and 50% of MICAT scores. Okay, so if your CAT ZAT score is low, you can score well on MICAT and get that. Okay, all right. Now, the final merit list, what they prepare is they give 20% weight to CAT, ZAT, or GMAT score, 30% weight to MyCAT, 20% to group exercise, and 30% to PI. So this becomes 50% of it. So if your CAT ZAT score is good plus MyCAT score is good, right? You still have to perform very good in GD and PI, right? So 25 you are sure. Okay, if you are sure of 25, you must be among the toppers, because very few people will cross 20. Okay, so if you have done 25 correct, if you are sure of those, that is great. Okay, so if you're like, I don't think very few people who have 95 plus would appear for this examination. Then maybe score of 10 would 8 would also be a qualifier for you. And if your CAT percentile is around 75 80, I do not know that it is exact what exactly it is. They do not mention it anywhere. If you are in this range, you might need a score of 10. ठीक है, so 10 तो चाहिए कम से कम कट ऑफ क्लियर करने के लिए. Okay, so tell me about a number of attempts. How many you attempted? 25 with 70% accuracy. Okay, then definitely you will clear the cutoff. Like if you have attempted that much. Okay, so these were logos. How many of you got this question right? So Toblerone, they had asked questions. Of course, if you did not know the fact, uh, I believe that very few people would know the facts. They did not ask that which company it is. They asked that. So one was it produces milk supplements. That was obviously wrong. It produces chocolates. Then it was it's a Swiss company. So Burn. I think that is Burn based. That must have been correct. The French statement was also correct. I realized it later. Okay, so you got these logos right? Yes, I knew Umbro and I knew these two logos and just took a guess. Okay, so must have been the things. Okay, so then you had apart from this, there was the brand ambassador of Free Hit. So Free Hit is Surya Kumar Yadav. ओके, इसके आई डिड नॉट चेक ऑल द, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर ऑल द स्टेटमेंट्स आल्सो। एक पहला वाला सही था जिसमें दिया था कि इट इज अ स्विस कंपनी, चॉकलेट स्विस कंपनी। ओके, एंड देन वन वाज दिस थिंग, योर फ्रेंच डांस, दैट इज करेक्ट। Okay, so free hit is Surya Kumar Yadav, and then if we talk about some other questions, one was this taglines, right? So अगर मेरा वीडियो आपने देखा होगा तो उसमें मैंने दो तीन टैगलाइन तो दी थी, टोयोटा, फोर्ड, ऑडी एंड होंडा। So Toyota is let's go places, power of dreams. So I remembered these three, like let's go places, and it is go further, and this is never follow. I mean, although it must have been some Indian thing, but they have some German tagline as such, right? Yeah, so Ford and Honda को ये हो गया होगा. Okay, now then this was one tagline based. There was that brand ambassador. So Sunil Chhetri is of Pintola. Okay, अगर किसी ने ये देखा होगा recent ad. Then Sudeep was of that some Punya Koti Dattu Yojana. Jasprit Bumrah is of uppercase, and Vidya Balan is of Bharti AXA Life Insurance. Right. So some of you might have been able to do this. अगर किसी को याद होगा ये, right? So this was one. Then you had I2U2 based question. Okay. इसमें the countries are Israel, India, UAE and US. ओके, वो ऑप्शन जो था उसमें इंडोनेशिया दिया था, सो वो वाला गलत हो गया। और एक प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी, आई गेस, आई डोंट नो इफ दैट इज, आई मार्क दीज टू एज द इनकरेक्ट वंस बिकॉज अदर टू आर करेक्ट। ओके, सो दिस वाज वन, हाँ ये सीधे सीधे थे, ये इसी ऑर्डर में लिखे हुए थे। एंड देन यू हैड अनदर मैच द फॉलोइंग विच वाज 2D एंटरटेनमेंट, देन सम चिल सैक ऐसे करके कुछ था शायद, देन देव एंटरटेनमेंट, एंड देन महेश बाबू एंटरटेनमेंट। So if we talk about this, Mahesh Babu is in Hyderabad. So maybe like if you know Mahesh Babu, you could have guessed it. तो इससे ऑप्शंस रिमूव हो जाते हैं। ठीक है, दिस वाज मुंबई, दिस इज कोलकाता, दिस इज चेन्नई। Okay, then you had these four people, Prasoon Joshi, then it was Balki, that Sam Balsara, and the ad agency they are head of. Right, then CVL, Srinivas. So they had to, you had to match these. So this is of McCann. Did anyone know this answer? किसी को आता था ये आंसर? This particular answer, I doubt. I mean, maybe someone might have known. Right. So R. Balkrishna was Loven Intas. Then Sam Balsara was Medicine World. And this is Group M. Okay, now it is rare that people would know this question. ये प्रसून जोशी का अगर किसी को पता होगा तो हो सकता है, बट चारों का तो आई डोंट नो कि, मैंने तो बाकियों के नाम ही पहली बार सुने, टू बी ऑनेस्ट। देन देयर वर सम 8 स्पोर्ट्स वुमेन। ठीक है, उसमें से कौन सा सही था मुझे पता नहीं, मैंने सबके नाम ही नहीं देखे। आई जस्ट न्यू हरलीन देओल एसोसिएटेड विद क्रिकेट, आई डिड नॉट नो अदर्स। Right. So eight sports women were given and sports were given. So that was, I believe, the most difficult question for sure. Then one was easy. इसमें रिलायंस का है हेमले, ठीक, टाटा का है नेल्को, देन HUL का इट इज लैक्मे. So I knew these three. So obviously fourth one is L'Oreal is that Cheryl's Cosmetics. So I guess ये वाला easily doable था. ठीक है, ये वाला लोगों ने कर लिया होगा, टैगलाइन पढ़ी होगी कार्स की, इफ यू हैव इंटरेस्ट इन कार्स. किसी ने I2U2 के बारे में पढ़ा होगा तो ये कर लिया होगा. ये बाकी थोड़े से अलग थे, इफ दे डू नॉट नो. और लोगो वाला A6 एंड ऑल, इफ यू न्यू द लोगो ऑफ A6 उम्रो, मे बी यू कुड हैव डन. सो आई बिलीव कि जीके में भी तीन चार क्वेश्चंस हो सकते थे इफ यू आर क्वाइट अवेयर. ठीक है. सो कुछ एक क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, आई एग्री दैट like out of the box, of course you cannot match eight women sports person of different fields, and that was just one, right? One was correct out of those eight. So very difficult, but I believe that three four questions, if you are good at general awareness, probably you could have targeted three four, और इसमें ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगना था. ठीक है. And then maybe 4 5 in reasoning, so 6 7 मार्क्स यहाँ बन जाते हैं टोटल मिला के. एंड देन बाकी दो में अगर कुछ कुछ दो दो तीन तीन भी कर लेते तो इस तरह से स्ट्रैटेजिकली स्कोर करना था. बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा नहीं कि 70 के 70 क्वेश्चन देखने हैं, ऐसा नहीं करना था. So I mean, although I did see all the questions, I had to navigate so in order to get the pattern. Okay, now let us talk about the quant questions. Did you attend those quant questions? एक आया था कि the length is 2 times of height, breadth is height plus 2. Now in this question what mistake I made was, you had to paint area of four walls was also given, right? So I solved for length, breadth, height. So length came as 12, breadth came as 8, height came as 6. Then I did not know the exact conversation for square feet, right? So I was getting around uh, like 50, I was getting higher value than the actual value. Okay, so answer to this, I later checked on internet for the exact conversion, if anyone managed to get this as the answer. So the question was, you had to paint the four walls plus ceiling rupees 15 per square feet. Now you have to convert this meter into square feet using the exact numbers, and you would get 54 to 50. I checked it on internet later on, that what is the exact conversion, and then did it. Okay, then there was one question, that there are two people, Dhanno and Basanti. Okay, so Dhanno runs for 650 meters. Something was given that max minus minimum is equal to 1 meter per second, and max minus minimum, this is in terms of speed, this is in terms of time, is 1 minute or 1 second, I guess, क्योंकि मीटर पर सेकेंड दिया है तो 1 second होगा. Okay, now it was given that you have to find the distance for B, given that B runs at 28% time of D. That was the question. Okay, so did anyone attempt this question? What was your answer? किसी ने किया? क्वांट क्या क्या करके आया, मैं दिखाता हूँ. क्वांट मैंने काफी अच्छा किया है, मतलब काफी, मतलब 8 10 क्वेश्चन करीब करे होंगे. एक जगह तो मैंने खाली समय बर्बाद किया, लेटर ऑन रियलाइज दैट शुड नॉट हैव डन दैट क्वेश्चन एट ऑल. Did anyone get this question? No. Okay, so let me tell you, later on I realized, like अगर वो cat वगैरह ये सब देते तो उसके लिए अच्छा था. See, you had to time or speed में, like if when speed is max, time will be minimum and vice versa. ठीक है, अगर स्पीड मिनिमम होगी तो टाइम वो होगा, नहीं टू, नहीं वो था 224 इंटू 10 to the power 5 स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर था। सो अगर उसे स्क्वायर 10 to the power 5 स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर में था, अगर स्क्वायर मीटर में कन्वर्ट करोगे तो 240 मीटर स्क्वायर आता। Okay, so in this case you have to find two consecutive factors. So ये आ रहे थे 26 और 25. Later on I realized that the difference is 1. So you have to find two factors that had a difference of 1. Right? So ये कह रहा है कि 28% time of D. तो इसका time अगर 25 होगा तो इसका 7 होगा. So उस केस में ये आना चाहिए 8. क्योंकि ऐसा दिया था कि जो मिनिमम स्पीड है और मैक्सिमम ऐसे इनका डिफरेंस 1 सेकेंड का है, 1 मीटर पर सेकेंड। सो आंसर आएगा इसका 56। So you have to find these two. Okay, then 4 March 2020, I did not do that calendar question. There was a question, calendar question. I saw that. I did not read it. 400√3 वाला सही है। किसी का 400√3 आ रहा था, वो दैट वाज एन इजी क्वेश्चन आई बिलीव, कि ऐसा था कि देयर आर टू हेलीकॉप्टर्स एट 100 मीटर हाइट एंड दिस इज 60 डिग्री, दिस इज 30 डिग्री, ऐसे दिया था एक पॉइंट से। ये 60 होगा, ये 30 होगा। सो यू हैव टू फाइंड द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन दीज टू हेलीकॉप्टर्स, राइट। सो दिस वाज एन इजी वन। सो ये हो जाएगा 100/√3 और ये हो जाएगा 100√3। Okay, so if you add this, you will get upon √3 आ जाएगा 100 plus 100√3 into √3, 300. So 400/√3, or you can say 400√3/3. So did you get this answer? Then it is correct. Sum of 12 factors correct, Shirish. 306 is the right answer. ठीक है, 900 नहीं था, उसका एरिया था 1800। ये बना किसी का, ये वाला आई गेस वाज एन इजी क्वेश्चन। देन देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन दैट टू पीपल रन अराउंड अ सर्कुलर ट्रैक। ठीक है, टोटल डिस्टेंस इज 180, दिस कंप्लीट डिस्टेंस, एंड दे मीट 150 meters फ्रॉम हियर, राइट। तो यहाँ से एक पर्सन जा रहा है, यहाँ से दूसरा जा रहा है, दिस डिस्टेंस इज 30, दिस पार्ट, so this basically was given as 150. Now it was given that, right, that their speed is integer, time is also integer. Basically these were based on number system। ठीक है, फैक्टर्स देख लेते हैं। टाइम इज ऑल्सो इंटीजर एंड टाइम इज नॉट लेस देन 6। सो टाइम इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 6, या टाइम या स्पीड में से कुछ तो दिया था, वो ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 6 सेकेंड, 6 आई गेस टाइम दिया था, वॉज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 6 seconds। okay, so you have to find how many pairs are possible। okay, how many pairs are possible of their speeds? So one would be like if the time taken is 6, if the time taken is 6, one speed will be 5 and another person's speed will be 25. So basically we have to find the factors of 30. So then could be 10, it could be 15 and it could be 30. So if it is 10 then it will be 3 and 15, 5 it will be 2 and 10, 1 and 5. So ये चार pairs बन रहे थे, if anyone did this question। Okay, and then there was a question that there is a quadrilateral, ठीक है, with all sides 50 and the longest diagonal is 80। So basically if all sides are equal then it is a rhombus। So अगर आपको Pythagorean triplets पता है, again this I found as a good question। I mean this could have been a ZAT level question kind of thing, CAT or ZAT level definitely, ये तो इससे ऊपर ही रहता है। So all sides are 50, that is what was given to us, and then inside it there is a square drawn such that the square is like this kind of square had to be drawn and you have to find the area of this square। ये क्वेश्चन था। right? A square is drawn such that the diagonal of the square coincides with the diagonal of this larger quadrilateral. Okay, so if you know this thing, this would have been 40 and 30. Okay, now if you look at this square, it cannot have a diagonal more than 60 because this is the shorter diagonal. ठीक है, ये shorter diagonal है ना, ये square का diagonal इस diagonal से coincide करेगा. So that was asking what is the maximum possible area of this square. Now if you see this thing, that if this is the square inside one, and it cannot it can have a maximum diagonal of 60, because इससे छोटा भी बना सकते हैं. You can make a square like this also. ठीक है, बड़ा भी कर सकते हो और बड़ा कर सकते हो, मैक्सिमम यहाँ तक जा सकते हो, बिकॉज यू टेक मोर देन 60 द पॉइंट्स विल go outside. So this is the square that will form inside, so it has diagonal of 60, right? So if diagonal is 60, you know that area is b square by 2, so area will be 1800. What is diagonal? Diagonal is basically a root 2, which is equal to 60. So that means a is 30 root 2. So isko square kar loge, so you will get 1800 is the area of this square. Huh, so in this rhombus, see there is a rhombus and inside a rhombus there is a square. So if this is a rhombus, so rhombus, that is why you have to figure out that this diagonal is 80. Okay, and this diagonal is 80 means 40 यहाँ तक होगा, 40 यहाँ तक होगा. So diagonal bisect each other. They are perpendicular bisectors of each other. They are given there is a square inside it. सो ये रोम्बस बनेगा जिसकी ये साइड 40 और 40 80 हो मतलब ये डायगोनल 80 हो जाएगा, स्क्वायर इसके अंदर बनेगा. सो अगर आप स्क्वायर इससे बड़ा बनाओगे नहीं बन पाएगा. स्क्वायर बनाने के लिए क्या, ऑल साइड शुड बी इक्वल. सो यू कैन नॉट मेक इट 80. अगर ये 80 ऐसे बनाओगे, सो इट विल बी आउटसाइड दिस rhombus. So that's how you have to do it. Then there was one staircase based question. I did not attempt it. Heights and distances का था. I tried, I messed up in that, and then I realized let us leave it. तो उसमें ऐसे कुछ दिया था कि there are 10 pillars. Okay, and there is after 10 pillars there is a statue, and the angle of elevation of all these are same, right? And I think the distance between this was given as uh, a something like that, and you have to find that they are equidistant. So you have to find this distance between them, and some height was also given of this smallest is h. So it was a heights and distances based question. Like you had to apply trigonometry and solve it. uh, Difficult to solve. I mean, I tried for some time. I did not get it right. Okay, then I left it. Calendar, there was a question. I did not attempt that. I saw that question later. I do not know if that is the right answer. You can check with other fellow aspirants. Okay. Acha, dice related game, that is 6 by 11. Okay, then there was one AP based question which said that eighth term is 42 and sum of 15 and 16th term is equal to 144. So basically you got the AP as 14, 18, 22 and so on. So it said that a person has to pick three numbers and had to uh, like, so the variance was given as 16. Okay, so variance is 16, that means he should never get 18. So if he gets 14, the net addition to variance will be 18 minus 14 ka whole square, that is 16. And like if he gets 22, then also his thing will be, so variance is basically average of square of deviation. सो अगर हर बार 4 का डिविएशन आएगा तो एवरेज 16 ही आएगा. सो द आंसर टू दिस वाज 0. So he should not get 18. So either he should get 14, he should get 22, because in that case the variance will come as 16. So statistics based question which probably people would Those who knew would have only done it, right? Acha, and then there was a square in which one of the sides is given as 160 and another square, the side was given as 60, and then fourth one was 25. ठीक है, so इसमें क्या करना था? First, second, third and fourth, one of the sides. Okay, so इसी में मुझे समझने में बहुत टाइम लगा. Initially I thought, because it was like if you draw half of this, so you get half the side, isn't it? Then later on I realized ki, okay, what that question meant, and was able to do that question. Did anyone attempt this question? So what I said was, there is a triangle, you join the bisect, matlab the midpoints of those triangles. So when you get a triangle inside a triangle, that means that the side becomes half. ठीक है, सो अगर फर्स्ट केस में 160 बन रही है, तो सेकंड केस में 80 बनेगी, थर्ड केस में 40 बनेगी, फोर्थ केस में 20 बनेगी. सो हर बार हाफ होते जाती है, isn't it? 25 दी थी. Now again, this is a 4-3-5 right angle triangle. So it was difficult. I mean, I tried a lot. Like, I was not able to understand that how could 160 become 60 in the second phase. Then I read it again. It said that one of the sides, right? So it did not mean all the sides. So basically, this was the case. And then the original triangle would be 320, 240, and 400. So this is the original triangle. So the question was that area of uh, किसका एरिया पूछा था? इसका एरिया पूछा था, और इन सबका इंटू 2/3 करके वो पूछा था, कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंस. ये दो चीजें पूछी थी. I mean, quite a difficult question, but I put a lot of time, and then I understood that okay, this is what they want to ask. So fortunately, I got this one correct. Okay, so इसका एरिया आ जाएगा आपका हाफ 20 × 15. ऐसे क्वेश्चन करने के बाद जब सही होता है तो बहुत अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंस लगता है. सो इसका 150 एरिया था, ठीक है. एंड देन इंटू 2/3 कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंस. तो इसका कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंस इसका कितना आ जाएगा? 960 आ जाएगा इसका टोटल. इसका आ जाएगा 480, हाफ हाफ होते जा रहा है, 240, दिस इज 120 एंड दिस इज 60. सो इन सबको ऐड कर लेते हैं. सो व्हेन वी ऐड, दिस इज 1440, 1680, 1800, 1860. 1860 into 2/3, because cost of fence was given as 2/3. So you will get 620. So you must have got 1240. If anyone got this thing. So again, it was like you would get these questions like if you know these 4-3-5 wala triangle rule well. Okay, so that was again tricky one. All right, and then you had then one more question was on three people. Again, good questions on number system. Did anyone do that? I counted that manually. That's Salil, Vibha, and Samir. So their ages are from 6 to 15, both inclusive. Okay. Then it was given that two of them have odd ages, one has even age. ऐसा कुछ तो दिया था. And their sum is a multiple of 3 and product is a multiple of 6. ऐसे कर कुछ था. इसमें बन रहे थे 32 पेयर्स. कि मैंने मैनुअली निकाले, काफी टाइम लगा. देन आई रियलाइज ओके, लास्ट में जब मुझे डीआई दिखा, देन आई फेल्ट इससे अच्छा डीआई करना था, आसानी से हो जाता, राउंड ऑफ वैल्यूज थी. देन देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन ऑन डिड एनीवन अटेम्प्ट दैट क्वेश्चन ऑफ एमसीक्यूज? ये तो किया होगा. स्कोर तो बड़ा कैलकुलेट करते तो मेरे कैट में इतना है, जैट में है. किसी ने किया वाला क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट, प्रोबेबिलिटी वाला जो था? So Shirish, did you attempt that? Or Shrishti, Naman, anyone? So it said that there are, हाँ ऑल थ्री का 6 है, हाँ ऐसे कुछ था, सम नहीं, सम था 3 टाइम्स, ऑल एनी टू का प्रोडक्ट नहीं, एनी टू का प्रोडक्ट, और आई माइट हैव स्किप दैट इंफॉर्मेशन देन, let's see that what was that. I recall that it was given that sum is a multiple of 3 and product is a multiple of 6. Maybe you are right. uh, and something else was given, so 2 odd and 1 even I got, I don't recall how, क्योंकि बहुत लंबा क्वेश्चन लिखा था. There it was a question on MCQs, like there are 20 questions, plus 4 for correct, minus 2 for incorrect, and minus 1 for unattempt. Okay, so A scores 48 marks, then another person S, don't know his name, scores 56, and third person V, he marks randomly. ठीक है, so you had to tell the probability that, very good question, ठीक है, number of correct responses, S is greater than V greater than A. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था. Did anyone attempt this question? किसने किया ये क्वेश्चन or not done? Okay, let me tell you how to do this. It was a very good question. I mean, ZAT वगैरह में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ सकता है वाला टाइप का था. ZAT या CAT में मतलब ऐसे बहुत लेंथी क्वेश्चन था. Okay, so let us see this. This person gets a 48 marks. So that means that अच्छा, this person, let us see how many attempts can he make. ठीक है, if he gets इसके 56 है, तो अगर 15 करेक्ट होंगे तो 60 मार्क्स हो जाएंगे, और 5 क्वेश्चंस में ये -4 नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि या तो -1 होगा या -2 होगा. ठीक है, तो 15 करेक्ट तो नहीं होंगे, 16 करेक्ट हो सकते हैं, 16 करेक्ट में 64 हो जाएंगे, और 4 क्वेश्चंस में ये -8 कर सकता है. सो इसके 16 ही करेक्ट थे. सो इसके बेसिकली थे 16 करेक्ट एंड 4 इनकरेक्ट. ठीक है, और राइट, देन अनदर दिस, इसके 48 के अगर आप 15 करेक्ट लेते हो, सो 15 करेक्ट में इसके बन जाएंगे 60 मार्क्स. देन 5 क्वेश्चंस में -12 नहीं जा सकता है, इजंट इट? 5 क्वेश्चंस में -12 नहीं कर सकता. तो इसके 14 करेक्ट करके देखते हैं. 14 करेक्ट में इसके हो जाएंगे 56, और 6 क्वेश्चंस में -8 करना है, क्वाइट पॉसिबल. अगर इसके और कम करते, लेट अस से इफ यू टुक 13 करेक्ट में इसके बनते 52, और 7 क्वेश्चन में -4 नहीं हो पाते. सो इसके क्या बनेंगे, इसके 14 करेक्ट होंगे, राइट, एंड देन देयर विल बी 2 इनकरेक्ट एंड 4 विल बी अनअटेम्प्ट. सो इसमें हो जाएंगे 56 -4 -4, इस तरह से इसका स्कोर बन रहा था. It was a very good question. I enjoyed solving this question. Okay. So I spent a lot of time in quant solving these interesting questions, and later on I realized that DI was a better thing to do. When I saw in the last 2 minutes when I was noting down what else came in the paper. Okay. All right. So this ye ban jayega score. Now if you see this, this person should get, he has got 16 correct, he has got 14 correct, he should get 15 correct. Now, what is the probability of this person getting 15 correct? And he has attempted all questions. That was the question given, that he attempted all questions and got 15. I mean, पहले तो ये निकालना कि इनके करेक्ट कितने हैं, ये निकल गया. देन यू हैव टू फाइंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग वाज इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी. सो ही विल सेलेक्ट 15 such questions, और यू कैन से 5 इनकरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस, इसमें से 20 से ये तो सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा, और जो बाकी 5 क्वेश्चंस गलत हैं, ठीक है, सो 15 सही हो गए, 5 गलत हो गए. तो गलत करने के कितने तरीके हैं? 3. सो लेट अस से द ऑप्शंस आर ABCD and the answer is A. So instead of A he can mark BCD 3 ways, and there are 5 such questions, isn't it? And what is the total ways of answering the questions randomly? हर question के चार option हो सकते हैं. He can mark any for 20 questions can be answered in this way. So your answer would come as 20 into 19 into 18 into 17 into 16. चेक कर लेना किसी का यही आंसर आया था तो अपॉन 120 इंटू 3 to the power 5 अपॉन 4 to the power 20. सो ये 4 की पावर 2 तो ऐसे ही कट जाएगा, 18 हो गया. दिस इज 6 and this is 3 times. So the answer was 19 into 70 is 323. It was a very good question. I enjoyed solving this question. Okay, difficult one. And then there was a question that was like there is a person who so two people roll a dice. So first is 4 wins, and second person, if that person rolls 5, that person wins. Okay, so you have to find for the first person, I guess, if I read it correctly. इसमें भी बता दो फर्स्ट पर्सन की प्रोबेबिलिटी पूछी थी या सेकंड की पूछी थी. नाम कंफ्यूजिंग से थे, रुचिका रुचिता ऐसे करके नाम थे. सो अब मुझे लग रहा है कि थोड़ा डाउट हो जाता है कई बार कि किसका पूछा था, फर्स्ट पर्सन का पूछा था. सो आई विल टेल यू दैट हाउ टू कैलकुलेट. सो दिस पर्सन, this was Ruchika and Ruchita names were given. Okay, now if this is an easy question, right, if you know probability, so the probability of this person winning, let us call them A and B for simplicity. Okay, so let us understand how to solve this. ठीक है. हाँ, गोट वाला था, आई डिड नॉट डू दैट बिकॉज वो एरिया ऑफ शील्ड पोर्शन कुछ तो था, वो गोट बांधी हुई है. ठीक है. फर्स्ट पर्सन पूछा तो 6/11 आंसर होगा. सो ए की विनने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी? ए 4 लाएगा तो विन हो जाएगा, B5 लाएगा तो विन हो जाएगा. सो हुएवर गेट्स फर्स्ट विल विन द गेम. ओके, यस, 6/11 इज द राइट आंसर. सो ए probability winning is that A gets a 4. Okay, now suppose A does not get a 4. What happens that A does not get a 4? So 4 bar means A does not get a 4. So B should not get a 5, because if B gets a 5, B will win. Okay, then A could get a 4 in the next chance and win. Third case could be A does not get a 4, B should not get a 5, A should not get a 4 again, then B should not get a 5, then A should get a 4. थर्ड चांस में जीतेगा. ठीक है, एंड सो ऑन. So either you get 4 in the first chance, or you do not get a 4 but your opponent also does not get a 5, right? So what is the probability? A getting 4 is 1/6. This is 1/6 का opposite क्या हो जाएगा? 5/6. A is not getting a 4, so A can get any other 5 numbers. Now B should not get 5, B can get any other 5 numbers. A has to get a 4. Then next turn, A should not get a 4. So 5/6. B should not get 5. 5/6. A should not get 4. 5/6. And B should not get 5. 5/6. A should get a 4. That is 1/6. And so on. Okay. So what is this thing? It is infinite GP A upon 1 minus R. First term is 1/6. And the common ratio is 25/36. So what do you get? 1/6 into this is 11/36. 6/11. Okay, so Abhishek, be happy that you got this one correct. Right, so the answer is 6/11. How many of you did this? Yeah, I expect it was a doable one, and right, like if you were able to do this, I believe this should have been done. Like if you have been preparing well for this examination, when of other examinations, this should have been done by people. 6/11 was the answer to this question. Okay. Then there was a question on which I attempted. मैंने pie chart नहीं किया. There was a calendar based question कुछ एक रेशियो था. What is that calendar based question? If someone can reproduce and I could solve that, because I saw there was something calendar based, I skipped that. Z sheets में था इस तरह का. Okay. All right. So there was one question which said that there are four people. ठीक है. मतलब वो था कि 12 फैक्टर्स होने चाहिए कुछ तो. मतलब जो भी स्टोरी दी थी, आई फॉरगॉट दैट स्टोरी नाउ, बिकॉज दैट वाज सेड दैट देयर आर फोर पीपल ए बी सी डी. उनके मार्क्स थे, रोल नंबर थे, या जो भी थे. देयर आर फोर numbers that have 12 factors, and you have to find the sum of least four numbers. Did anyone solve this question? किसी ने किया ये वाला क्वेश्चन? कितना आया आंसर? Did anyone attempt this question? 308. नो, दिस इज 306 आया होगा आंसर. सो देखो 12 फैक्टर्स का मतलब क्या है. सो 12 कैन बी रिटन एज 3 into 4. ठीक है. 3 into 4, और इट कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज 2 into 2 into 3. Right. 3 into 4 means that it has to be of the form a square b cube, and 2 into 3 into 3 means a into b into c square, where a b c d these are prime numbers. Okay. अब एक काम करते हैं. Let us find the numbers of the format a b c square, and also find numbers of format a cube a square b cube. ठीक है. And let us find the four smallest numbers. ठीक है. और दूसरा तरीका क्या हो सकता है? It can be 12 can also be 2 into 6, और that will be a b to the power 5, but वो थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है. ठीक है. सो लेट अस ट्राई टू फाइंड दोज नंबर्स एंड लेट अस सी दैट व्हाट दोज नंबर्स आर. ठीक है. ये फॉर्मेट भी देख लेते हैं. एंड ए बी सी डी दीज आर प्राइम नंबर्स. तो अगर ये रखना है तो यहाँ पे 3 into 2 to the power 5 होना चाहिए. सो दैट इज 96 यू विल गेट. दिस वी विल पुट एज 2 cube and 3 square. 3 square is 9. 9 into 8 is 72. So these are two of the numbers. These are smallest numbers. Let us check its smallest numbers in this case. Right. So a b c square. So if we put c square, that is we will put 2 square, and we will put 3 5. So number देख लो क्या हो रहा है. 4 into 5 20. 20 into 3 60. ठीक है. Then can we put this will be 84. Okay. अब मैं क्या करूंगा, अगर मैं 2 स्क्वायर के साथ 311 ले लेता हूं, so we will get 132, isn't it? अच्छा, अब क्या है कि instead of this, if I take 3 square and take 2 and 5, will I get a smaller number? Because prime number छोटे छोटे रखूंगा ना. 2 5 और 3 square कर दिया. 3 square is 9, we get 90. ठीक है. अभी तक जो numbers आए हैं, if I see those numbers still here, इसमें तो और numbers इससे बड़े ही आएंगे. ठीक है. So we will ignore this. ये सबसे छोटा है. सेकेंड नंबर पे सबसे छोटा ये नंबर बन रहा है. If I take the next number in this, I will take 3 cube and 2 square. So 4 into 27, 108 बनेगा. So this is larger. So smallest number देखूंगा तो फर्स्ट में ये आएगा. फर्स्ट में ये आएगा, सेकेंड नंबर पे ये आएगा, थर्ड नंबर पे आएगा, फोर्थ पे आएगा, ये उससे भी बड़ा हो जाएगा. Okay. So if I compile this, we will get 60 plus 84 plus 90 plus 72. 144, 234, 306. It was, I mean, I believe that yes, easy to understand, but difficult to attempt, isn't it? सो आया किसी का आंसर इसका? 306 था इसका आंसर, किसी का आया था? Okay, so that was one of the questions. And then I attempted these only in the quant section. ठीक है, तो इतने ही बाकी तो like I spent quite good time in some of the questions. Okay, so let us see this thing. Reasoning पे देखते हैं. Reasoning I believe was easy. So one of the questions was that you had to find the odd one out. ठीक है, so let me know what is the odd one out of these. So between these, you had to find one odd one. So eight numbers were given, and they had given that one of these is odd one out. So what? Which one is odd one out of these? How did you attempt that? DI lengthy था but doable. Yes, that was doable. Okay, एक ये था. ठीक है. I marked 894 thinking that others have odd, like odd, even. Right. This has even, odd, even, odd, and it has odd, even, odd. So based on that, I marked 894. Maybe may not be correct though. Okay, then there was one question that polarization, that was an easy one, is coded as ZTRPOONLIIA. एक और क्वेश्चन दिया था, क्वांटिटेटिव या कुछ दिया था. सो द लॉजिक इज दिस इज इन ascending order, like alphabetical order. So I believe this was an easy question if you could get this. So they had asked for the code for substitution. ये तो easy था. Were anyone able to do this thing? हो पाया था किसी से ये वाला? Okay, so then there was another question which said that AKL is coded as 16678. IMP is coded as 4591136. You have to find the code for. Did anyone do this question? So the logic here was, see, the numbers is A, 1 and 12. Okay? So if you break this code, so the sum of first n natural numbers is given as n plus, ये होता है sum of first n natural numbers. So if you take 11 natural numbers, you get the sum as 66. If you take 12 natural numbers, the sum is 78. Similarly, I could be written as this if you were able to figure this out. हाँ, 21 यही सही है. F हो जाएगा 6, 15 और इसका 18. So 6 का होता है 21, 15 का होता है 15 into 16/2. Okay, so that is 120, and 18 का होता है 18 into 19/2. इट इज 171. तो अगर आपने ये आंसर किया सो दैट इज योर राइट आंसर. सो दिस वाज अ गुड लॉजिक. सो द थिंग इज नॉट सो इजी. ऐसा नहीं कहूंगा कि बहुत इजी था, बट इफ यू डन सम रीजनिंग, सम अमाउंट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस, your reasoning skills are good, maybe you could have spotted this. ठीक है. सो यू कुड हैव डेफिनेटली, ये वाला तो सभी ने कर लिया होगा. इफ नॉट दिस, आई बिलीव ये वाला सबने किया होगा, क्योंकि इजीली दिख रहा है कि दिस इज इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर. ठीक है. सो ऑब्वियसली योर आंसर इज करेक्ट. एंड देन देयर वाज वन दैट वाज ऑड वन. ठीक है. नाउ द number was given as MOZCM, right? And then there was JRTID, HSP, and this was EWJSO. Okay. Now, what I did was, in these cases, this plus this is 28. So, if you see 13, 15, 10, 18, 5, 23, this was 8 and 19. Okay. So, I mark this one as the nothing. Okay, so I mark this as the answer. I did not solve other parts, but I got this thing. आगे का पता नहीं कैसे लॉजिक बनना था. Maybe we can figure out the logic. आगे का क्या लॉजिक होगा. M का Z बन गया, that is 26. This is 20. Okay, so doubling. ठीक है. 5 का 10 बन गया. Correct. Double हो गया. So this का 2 times हो गया. Then this is C is 3, 9, K is 11, and this is 19. Okay, these two have the sum of 29. चलो ये भी लॉजिक फिगर आउट हो गया. M कितना होता है 13, this is 4, this is 24, this is 15. Okay, तो 3 times हो गया होगा. 15, 8 का 3 24, 10 का 3 होगा 30. Yes, that is 4. 13 का 3 is 39, which is 13. Yes, so that is the odd one out anyway in this case. हाँ, सो आई ऑल्सो डिड द सेम थिंग. आई लेटर रियलाइज कि रीजनिंग वॉज इजी, मतलब थोड़ा टाइम करके हो जाता. ठीक है. सो आई बिलीव कि ये 3 क्वेश्चन तो मेरे डेफिनेटली सही हो गए, और ये मैंने विद इन 5 मिनट्स अटेम्प्ट किए. ये ये और ये मैंने थोड़ा देखा और करा. सो आई बिलीव कि रीजनिंग में कुछ एक जो सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट था सर्कुलर, दैट वाज अ डूएबल वन. ओके. सो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस बन रहे थे उसमें. सर्कुलर के लिए आई डिड नॉट मेक द अरेंजमेंट. आई सॉ द 8 ऑप्शन दिए तो एलिमिनेट करके कर लो. ठीक है. सो दैट वाज द वे टू डू इट. देन देयर वाज वन विजुअल रीजनिंग व्हिच आई डिड, दैट वाज फाइन. एंड वर्ड एसोसिएशन, अगेन it has too many possibilities, so you cannot guarantee that which is the right or wrong one. Okay. So this was about the paper, and I don't know how were you able to do this. So just remember that if you are around getting around 10 plus now, that's a very good score. ठीक है. हाँ, वो सर्कुलर अरेंजमेंट बिना सॉल्व किए हो गया था. दैट वाज, आई मीन, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कंडीशंस which I could easily manage. Okay. So this is it, right? If you minimum score in that, see, they do not specifically mention that how it is, like what is the percentile required, that never mention it. Okay, so it is quite tricky. You cannot tell that what is that minimum percentile. Some people assume that it is 80, but again nowhere written what is that. Okay. So basically it is 50-50% weight to both. So like 50% to CAT or ZAT score, or GMAT. Again, GMAT, no idea how much score is needed, plus 50% of MICAT. So based on it, they form a composite score. So let us say if you have good score on CAT, ठीक है, आपके CAT में 95 प्लस या 96 प्लस 98 ऐसा कुछ आए, तो यहाँ पर अगर आपके 8 मार्क्स भी आ जाएंगे माई कैट में, सो आपके कैट जेट में सपोज आपके 95 परसेंटाइल प्लस आ रखे हैं, ठीक है, तो माई कैट में 8 वीक कम चल जाएगा। सपोज आपके 75 80 है, तो यहाँ आपको 10 प्लस चाहिए हो सकता है। दैट कुड बी द थिंग। सो cannot tell, right? So until the results are announced, so in that case, I mean, then only you will get to know that what is the actual cutoffs that would go. Okay, so till then, just I mean, relax. You worked on this. Okay, work on this, and I mean, let the result come, and then you will get to know कि क्या है कॉल। और जल्दी आ जाता है इसका रिजल्ट, आई गेस अराउंड 15 20 डेज में इसका रिजल्ट आ जाएगा। ठीक है, एंड देन यू विल गेट टू नो कि कैसा आपका परफॉर्मेंस रहा है, एंड कॉल्स का पता चल जाएगा। आई थिंक मिड फेब तक इसका आ जाएगा रिजल्ट, फाइनल रिजल्ट along with the scorecard. Okay, so how did you do in the examination? So interesting, it's good that you appeared for this examination. जिसने appear किया होगा, so they must have realized that yes, this is something which is uh, 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 like a good examination to take different experience altogether, isn't it? 17 Feb, yes, so 17 Feb तक आ जाएगा। लास्ट टाइम भी इनका जो माइकेट वन का भी था वो एक दिन पहले ही आ गया था, व्हाट दे मेंशन उससे एक दिन पहले आ गया था। ठीक है, जैट रिजल्ट्स में क्या व्यूज होते हैं? आई मीन इट इज देयर रिजल्ट, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट like they that would be fair, right? They won't do anything wrong in that. I mean, they give marks for those incorrect questions. So can't comment on that, right? That cannot be changed now. Okay, so the ones who appeared for this test might have found it interesting, that it was a good test. Again, not everyone has experienced this. Very few people, some people must have written both. Some people have written it for the first time. They must have not taken MyCat 1. And then they realized, okay, let us take MyCat 2. And then uh, like, so now you must have experienced that one of the most difficult examinations by far. Uh, like, you feel that, okay, CAT, ZAT are still much easier than this compared to the like the attempt rate. I believe that 25 would be the top score if someone manages to get around 25 to 30. No one can give beyond this and this. So still, like 10 plus is a very good score in this. So just be hopeful, and when these are announced, so let me know that time. So I'll conduct a survey and get to know that what are the actual cutoffs that once these results are out. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. You got to know the questions and got the answers to some of your questions, okay, which you attempted. And like, if you have more questions to share, you can let me know in the comments. If you know the complete question, like that date one and others, I could not attempt in quant. Even the DI I could not attempt because of the time constraint. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.